Hi, hey, hello. If you're new here, my name is Rain. If you're not new here, welcome back. I really appreciate you stopping on by to my little corner of the internet. We are in my car and we are celebrating my channel 1 year upload anniversary with a finished sketchbook tour. I managed to finish my sketchbook number 10 on the 18th, so finished it just in time to be able to do this upload, and I'm super stoked because I started the sketchbook on the 20th of November, so this has really been here for a very large portion of my channel. Seriously, I started in June, and frankly, actually, I didn't actually do much in the sketchbook until maybe December, really. There was a big, large slump in my art where I wasn't really working in here, so most of what you've seen actually on my channel in sketchbook sessions is in here, which is super exciting. It feels like the perfect way to celebrate a 1 year anniversary upload. So I even painted the cover on my sketchbook channel, on my channel, so that's super fun. Yeah, so let's just get into the sketchbook tour. So welcome to sketchbook 10, guys. I set goals of spending more time with my OCs, more character design work, either doing more fan art and less thumbnails, or just less thumbnails in general, and experimental ink work, which I think that's where I failed the most, probably. And this is a Linktree 1917. Can you tell I'm not German? It's not funny. I start just about every sketchbook, even sketchbooks that I've used the brand before, or even if they're identical sketchbooks. I start every sketchbook with a swatch page. They start very blank, just because I don't really need to swatch all of my materials in one go per se. And like if I need to activate a pen's feeling dry, I just always come back here, and I feel like it's a great way to get over that kind of first page anxiety that a lot of people report having. I don't really have it because I have this mess that I kind of like anticipate creating. And cats. So one thing that's kind of a tradition in all of my sketchbooks is I can't draw cats. I can't draw cats to save my life. And so I always have a little bit of my sketchbook where I draw some goofy cats somewhere, just to remind myself I still can't draw cats. This is actually a more recent sketch than this page right here. This is a self-portrait. This is also a self-portrait. I think that this might have been a celebratory portrait I did for a subscriber count milestone, but I can't really recall without going through my community post, to be honest. But I do know that I did this one on my channel, and maybe I showed this one in the same video, but I can't really tell. If you see weird pauses, it's because my brother's about to get in the car at some point, and we're gonna drive to pick up my step-sibling for my little brother's birthday. Then Thundy asked me to draw his favorite. I actually don't know Thundy's gender. Thundy, a subscriber of mine, a long-term subscriber of mine, asked me to draw their favorite Naruto character. The Paranoid Sun asked me to draw their profile picture. And it was a super fun time, really. And I just used them to cover these like experimental ink sketches that I wasn't super in love with, just taping them in here as I do. I like to kind of try and collect everything in one place when there are sketches like this, so. Ooh, that tape is exposed. Pen doodles, and then when I'm just not feeling my art, I like to go to the draw box and go through their first few lessons over again. Drawing lines, boxes, drawing lines, circles, ovals, perspective, cylinders, all of that stuff. So I just taped them in here. I think these are also a lot more recent than the beginning of my sketchbook. I probably did these sometime around here-ish in the sketchbook. So a good several months later, it just felt like this was a good place to sandwich them, I guess. Bye studies. My goodbye 2023 drawings I just designed this little kind of traveler OC. I think they're really cute. I definitely want to play with them more, especially since I made them magic. And I really like this sketch. I really do. So this is my goodbye 2023 post. My 500 subscriber little sketch of Eris. I can't actually lift this up enough because she's completely taped down. I hate these Niji art crayons, by the way. Not my thing, not my jive. Not my jive, not my jam. Oh, hoo-hoo sketches. This hand is still ugly and it still haunts me to this day, but I really love the sketch otherwise. Wow, I didn't realize how patchy the background was until now either. Dang. Some doodles to fill the page, a gesture. I hated this sketch right here. I remember it really, really vividly, and I wanted to reclaim the page, so I put this Medusa concept sketch here, and this fallen angel sketch I had. I really do like these still. I believe I did them on my channel as well. I have a video for everything in here. A little sketch of my OC Loki, my OC Eris, my OC Thanatos. I had one of these markers right here for the longest time, basically the whole time I've had the sketchbook, telling me, oh, I want to go back and paint this, and I just never did. And I'm going to do an entire spread, I think, one of these days on toned paper, just drawing chest, feminine and masculine, and just coloring them in fun hyper pop colors. I think that'll kind of just, if I sit down and dedicate it, I won't just sit here and have a little marker being like, try and remember to do this thing you want to do, because I clearly don't commit. Fun noses. Complaining about me making foreheads too big. I hate this portrait. My thank you for 600 subscribers little doodle. And it's over this weird sketch of Crollo from Hunter x Hunter in a laundromat for whatever reason. I do actually kind of want to redo it because I really like the colors, but the sketch itself wasn't very good. Some just anatomy doodles for these three. I was just having body art blocks. Sometimes I just feel like I can't do anatomy for some reason. I don't know what it is. My response to art block at 10/10/27. Oh yeah, I remember this. I was super art blocked. Sorry, I'm glad I make notes like this because it really helps. I remember I was having really, really bad art block, and sometimes what I like to do is I like to make playlist for my OCs or my group of OCs and kind of just feel out songs that really jive with them as characters, and kind of, I find that it helps get me in the mood to draw more. So these are some sketches of Vivian. This doesn't even look like Vivian, but it was supposed to be Vivian. I'm sure I just saw this woman somewhere on the internet. This person. I hate this sketch. The original photo is super, super pretty, and I just kind of wanted to do the anatomy, and I just hate the sketch for some reason. I think I would like it a lot more if I had a straight black background and it wasn't patchy like this, and I think that would really honestly fix the issue, because I don't even think the proportions or the anatomy is what's bothering me. I think it's entirely just how patchy this is, but I'm not sure. But I'm almost there. I'm almost to liking it as a sketch, but I'm not quite there. Nouvelette. Somebody. No, I can't draw the under chin of people's faces. Ooh, my anatomy video. This video was so chaotic. I have like parts of the video and like all the way over here. So, I like to just do anatomy sketches, at least a good 5 pages, or like 2.5 to 3 spreads of every sketchbook, just seeing where I'm at in anatomy and how I feel about it, right? How I approach it. So we're going back to the basics, sketching poses, and then just really just taking references and just seeing how I feel about anatomy, seeing where I'm at, playing with shapes. And I find that it's a really good reset, but it also helps me to frame where I'm at in my art, and it gives me a marker for when 3 years from now, coming back to the sketchbook and looking at it, it gives me an idea of how I want to approach actually looking at where I was at the time, right? So this was how I did anatomy while in the sketchbook, or at least when I started it. And 3 years from now, I'll have this as a reference to where I was at in my art. So I really like that. I really liked this video, making this little wood elf character, my OC Eris. this cute Shenhe sketch from Genshin. I was playing with a hair for my photosynthetic elf characters. I think I liked this one the most. I still do. Oop. Let's see. Oh yeah. I think this was actually my Drawing My OCs video. I don't know. I'm sure some pages down was Sketchbook Session 9, but I'd have to check. Because this is my OC Hypnos. Clothing. Thanatos. No. Nope, shoes. Vivian. And then this is all Vivian and Nameless, and they're kind of cute little dynamic. So, I love them. They're adorable. I love this sketch. I'm so sad I liked the back page because I would have actually colored it if I didn't. This is just a random dude, but I really like this sketch a lot. Then I've been wanting to do a little Red Riding Hood character for so long and I keep not doing it. But I feel like every sketchbook has me drawing some woman holding a basket of fruit. Pen sketches, my thick boy Jekyll. So I still can't draw cats. This is my favorite thumbnail I've ever drawn, I swear. Nameless and Vivian dancing, trench coat, and then like Nameless's like button ups, like just button up dapper jacket, high-waisted short. It's so good. And I really want to make this an official drawing, fully rendered, but I love the sketch so much, I just don't know that I can do it justice. Jekyll and Hyde, Gothic Thriller musical sketch. These, I'm glad I remind myself of things. I have way back here, right here, like trying oil pastels for the first time, and I was like, oh, well let me like test them out at some point else in the sketchbook. So I went through and I found like a page I wasn't proud of, which was whatever was on this page before. I did oil pastels, you can feel the texture under it, I like completely covered it, and I hated it, right? So the car is moving now. I don't remember what I was saying because I stopped it so I could tell my brother that I was making progress in the vid. But yeah, anyway, the experiment with oil pastels, I did it under here first, and I put this scratch page in here to cover it because it was just so messy, and I didn't want it to ruin the sketch or anything like that. But then I tried watercolor pastels, and I hated this sketch for the absolute longest time, but I really love it now. I think it's really, really lovely. I really like the colors, I like the soft kind of feeling that it got, and I definitely want to do more watercolor pastel stuff in the future because of it. Zhang sticker, Shalnark sticker. I wish I didn't cover this self-portrait I have. I really do like this one. Outfit test. I must have hated whatever I had here, or this hand really bad, and I put like this cute little motivational thing in here. Oh, I love these little side portraits right here, both of these, so much. This one's Nameless, and this one's just nobody in particular. Trying that sketch again, and then this would just be some orange gel pen sketches, and ooh, money, nice. I don't even know if I finished this page before my car made the audio bad, so I'm going over it again. This is a redo of the super cute thumbnail here. The original's better, but I think I got the height difference a little bit more effectively than just these goofy little orange pen sketches here and there. Then this is on my channel. This is a sketch of my OC Nameless, more of a finished drawing of my OC Nameless. I think biggest problem with this is that this distance here from the ear to the eye is a little bit too big, and the neck a bit too thin. I think it should have came down a bit more around here, and it would have made the illustration a lot more effective. Helped communicate what I wanted to communicate better. These were just thumbnails for my typography class. I have a pretty long video on my channel about the typography stuff, so I don't really think it's super interesting or needs to be particularly rehashed. Throwaway page. Every sketchbook needs a good couple of pages that are dedicated to chaotic stickers, bad sketches, ink, all of this stuff. I don't even remember what might be under here, but This has the slim possibility of being an eyeball, but I can't even really tell, honestly. Then this is another sketch of Vivian and Nameless that I do want to complete one day. Not entirely sure. The hand's super goofy, but I think it does capture the height difference a little bit more effectively once again than these two did. My OC Eris in her swimwear. Nameless being Nameless, Vivian. The whole shebang. That's a really clean cut, actually. I might have had something here before that I took out. Actually, that might have been my Helvetica. I might have used to have this right here. Yeah, that looks like that's where that used to be. Because that's really clean. So, side profiles, sad naked man, more naked people. These T5 oil paint pens suck. They're super glossy. Is it capturing? It's kind of capturing. It's worse inside. Wow. The interested nod. Jeez, can't even get you to pretend you care. Faces. More faces. Cat. Well, it was supposed to be a cat. I don't think it is, but it was supposed to be. I think this is Vivian. Head's too big, shoulders are not wide enough, but I feel like that happens. I do really like this pose. The arms muscle ratio is a little bit messed up, but I think that would be an easy fix. So I think if this bit was a little bit wider, or the rib cage came in a little bit more so it was proportionate to down here, I think this could be a really fun pose, and I probably will pursue it. This was a kind of well thought out thumbnail sketch for my disability kind of awareness drawings that I'm doing all the time. This was supposed to be a drawing of Vivian and his deceased wife. I think the sketch and its composition is actually pretty good. Unfortunately, I didn't want to ruin this one, so I didn't actually commit to finishing this. This sketch is awful though, and I probably... See, if this was over here, this here, would have probably solved the problem, because I don't care about either of these sketches, and so if this page got completely ruined on this side, it really wouldn't have bothered me, but unfortunately I did want to preserve this sketch, and I didn't want to erase this one. I don't think I really needed to erase either of these either. I tried the character design, didn't work. It is what it is. I also tried this character design. I really didn't like it either. I don't think I like the hair mixing with the wings particularly. I think it's too distracting, it's too messy. Maybe if it was in color it would help. This one ended up looking so much like that one classical painting of angry Lucifer crying. I hate it. Not the original painting, but I hate this because it makes me think of that much better painting when this was definitely not what it was supposed to be. I think I was covering up something here, or maybe like a pen splotch, I'm not sure. These are two thumbnails, well, the same thumbnail twice, for my OC Nameless. She's a scientist, so these are little beakers, Erlenmeyer flasks, Eris, more Eris without a head, hands, little thumbnail I did. I don't actually remember what the thumbnail was for, unfortunately, but it was not, I don't think it was for typography, but it could have been. I'm not entirely sure. This is one of my more well-performing videos and YouTube shorts, so you might have seen this drawing I've done of Gnu before. I think it's definitely one of the better finished drawings in this sketchbook. I think it is better than my Nameless one. Yeah, I do think that the anatomy and the colors turned out a lot better on Gnu than Nameless overall. So I think it's a pretty good sketch. I think it, or drawing, finished drawing. And I do really, really like these environmental thumbnails I ended up doing on the back side just to make some use of the back side of this page, even if it was, ooh, does this mean we get to move? Ooh.
Possibilities.
Is there pilot car here?
Not anymore.
Oh, nice. But anyway, so I finished up and did a couple of nice little environmental sketches on the back just so that this page didn't go to waste. And it looks like the car will be moving again soon. So I'm realizing now I never actually explained why I'm in the car, but because my brother's birthday's happening, we're picking up my stepbrother, and the party is gonna start when we get home, so I won't have time to actually record this later. I tried to record it earlier and my audio died, so there's that. But we are stopped once more, and we are back to all of the shenanigans. So last I was talking about these landscape drawings. This is one of my all-time favorite sketches I've ever done of Eris. It's super simple, but I think that this is really adorable, and it captures a lot of her personality. I kind of wish I put her ears on here too, just so that I could see how I feel about her with more doe eyes, just kind of see the feeling about it, but it's not bad. I do think that these are two very, very cute sketches though. And then this thumbnail spread, I'm really fond of this thumbnail spread actually. So these are all thumbnails that I'm doing, or I did, for my disability awareness illustrations. I'm very, very excited about this one and this one and this one. These ones are my favorite. I think they're super adorable, and I'm really, really excited to actually turn them into an entire drawing one of these days. This is just a fun little drawing of my OC Nameless and like a flaming labs. Some fun kooky beaker stuff going on. I think it's really cute. Vivian's dead wife, Vivian and his dead wife, just Vivian, and then of course noses. I feel like every time I have a little strip right here, or just anywhere in my sketchbook, I just always fill it with noses. It's like, oh, you know, just put a little nose. Little plant people, growing plants, kind of like, oh, what are they called? Chia pets, like little people chia pets. I thought the idea was super adorable. And then more dead people and plants, because that's my thing. I did this like weird paint experiment on my channel back in February. Do I hate the drawing still? Yes, but you know, it's kind of grown on me as like an experiment that I've done, so it's all good. Then this video, I think, really captured a lot of what I really want to start doing with my art sometime soon, which is kind of doing more character designs based on this concept I have of photosynthetic zombie people. So basically they're dead, they're corpses, and they kind of end up infected by a parasitic plant similar to the ones that kind of take over ants and like bring them back to life and zombieify them. And I kind of want to do that, where the parasite will kind of get into the head of the corpse, it comes back, and it becomes kind of a walking and sentient ecosystem. Basically, they come back, they have their memories, they're sentient, they can be themselves once more, but they are serving as a home for like all of these plants. And I really, really like the idea. I do think that I haven't really figured out, or I'm not at a place artistically where I have the skills needed to achieve one of these color schemes the way that I would like to, because I really do feel like this sketch just captures what I want from it so much better. And even just this super, super simple, cute one I have. And because of that, I'm like, well, this one probably would have been just as successful if it was in black and white like these two were. I guess there's red. And then I really, really like this little kind of angel character I have right here. So I would like to maybe turn this into something more one of these days as well. More typography stuff, just a little pose, some feather, bird people, probably more griffin people. I think griffins were what I was thinking about, but I'm not entirely sure. This is one of my favorite sketches in the sketchbook, I swear. Look at how cute she is, but so simple. I love her. I love the hair. I definitely want to get better at simplifying hair in this kind of chunky way, as opposed to the way I do it with kind of wisps at the end, and kind of do more effeminate hair that's kind of blocky and like cotton candy or clouds. I really like how this looks. Well, for a lot of my masculine characters, such as Vivian, I do really like the kind of choppy ends and loops and stuff like that. I just feel like incorporated with these more simple shapes has a lot of potential for some super cute designs. Then this is mostly talked about in my typography video. These were just thumbnails for a drop cap design I needed to do. I did The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. My brain just broke. I really like this outfit. I want to find an OC of mine that this would work with. I bet Nameless would wear this, but she wouldn't wear it often. So I might draw Nameless like this, but I really think it's cute. I like the fishnet kind of skater vibe that comes across, and I do want to explore outfits that are more in other niches that I'm not super familiar with, kind of like a skater aesthetic, just so that I can get more practice with those types of clothing. So that's something I'm going to put on my roster to hopefully explore more, either digitally or in my next sketchbook. This is just some fun little jivey stuff. My photosynthetic people. So I think I talked about in my video where I was doing these sketches, which is actually my Loki character redesign. So redesigning my OC Loki. I was talking about how I think that this concept has a lot of potential for that skin condition that I can never think of the name of. The one where your skin is basically like two different tones, where you lack melanin in some places, or the ability to produce melanin in some places. I think that this has a lot of potential for that. And I really want to try it out with the color green first. I think that that's kind of where I'll have the most fun with it. Just trying with unnatural colors and then moving to mixing more normal skin tones with like the patches of green, right? I'm just really excited about it. Really excited to see where it goes. Then starting the initial sketches, playing with my OC Loki, seeing how I want to redesign them. I still really like this one. And this one's pretty cute too. Hi, nah. You don't need to shake the car though. Notes I took about Loki from all of the books I have. I really wanted to, when going through this process, actually reread all of the books I have about them, pick out everything I could find, write it down, and then design it with it directly next to me. Because in a lot of my in my original and previous character design, what I did was I read through the books and then I kind of just tucked that information away for myself, thought about it, and then didn't have it directly next to me while I was actively working on the project, right? And I found that I feel like I didn't really capture Loki the way that I even had in my head, but also just in a way that was accurate to the myth, but my own enough that it felt like I had really done something new with him the way that I had wanted to. So I'm saying him because I was about to explain that this is what I have for their male physique, their more masculine physique. I didn't really do much for their feminine physique because I just didn't. I think I did it like somewhere very distantly. But I generally decided that I want Loki to err more on masculine presenting, but wearing feminine attire. So generally a little bit more mask and body shape, but wearing clothes that would be more traditionally effeminate, right? So these are two outfit designs I have. This is just a doodle. This is also a doodle. I don't really like either of these. I was playing around with different nose shapes, and I'm still actually not 100%, but I'm definitely going to do either a bumped nose or a kind of just purely sloped nose. But I'm thinking I really like the ridge bump to the nose. There was one that I particularly liked. This one. So there's that bump there. I just want them to have a fun nose. You know, something that's not just that perfect slope like this one was. I decided it didn't really work how I wanted it to. I want something more there to apply to that character, right? I think I had leftover paint, And then I made this. But I was trying to play with my disability representation work, and they're back to the car. I suppose it's not a video on my channel if I'm not on my bedroom floor. There aren't dogs breathing, and it's not incredibly poorly timed with a lot of breaks in it, or a cat. So I'm finally back home from picking up my stepbrother, so we're gonna just go through the end of my sketchbook at home, and I will edit it during the first bit of my brother's birthday party, and it will go live a couple days after he turns 18. So a lot of fun stuff happening this week, really. Pumpkin's here, so I guess it's a win for everybody. But I believe I was discussing that this is part of my disability advocacy series, or it was a compositional design for my disability advocacy series. So I was making it with the intention of kind of exploring the way that the body isn't always really feeling connected. Sometimes it just feels like it's not even real at all. This is my coffee addicted cat sketch, so I think this one's actually really cute. And these are just some doodles of my OC's body types, physique. This was a drawing I did challenging myself to not sketch first, but instead lay those flat colors that I wanted to use, and then in the shape of what I wanted the sketch to be, and then form the rest of the drawing around it. And I think it actually turned out really nice. It's not bad, at least. I think the hand's a little dorky looking, but the sketch right next to it's also really cute, so I'm not mad. I think it's a pretty cute page overall. Toilet plunger Kirby? More like a toilet plunger character inspired by Kirby, but that's where I'm gonna leave that. Another sketch or attempt to draw my OC Loki. These were my thumbnails I did for my video on sketching song lyrics. So these were based on Des Rock's lyrics. These were based on Persephone by Tamino. I really like these two. And I like this one enough that I went in and inked the eye just for the sake of it. But I think the one that actually has the most impact is this one. So not bad. Could not figure out how to draw guns to save my life. I mean, I just continued messing up. This was for I Like the Way You Die by Black Honey, I believe. Then, this was one of my favorite sketches of Eris. This one and the one I mentioned earlier. Now those two around is going to get a little loud. This one, adorable. I also really like this one. I like to think that her eyes just absolutely round out when she gets super excited. So, I don't know. It's nice to make Eris look a little happier and not as stern. All things considered, Milkman. Got milk glued down because it kept flipping up and getting itself folded. But first is this sketch, just slumping in bed, good old knee up, leg extended sort of position, just absolutely cocooned. Pen sketch of an eyeball, a cute nose. Really like this ear sketch. And then it's got like the ponytail I worked out. I don't know. I think it's really cute. Milkman looking hot. I haven't played the game. I just really did appreciate that an entirety subsect of the art community got together to collectively draw Milkman. Despite him being the most basic looking dude on the planet. Those oil pastel sketches I was talking about back on this page. So first test was here, then this was my second drawing I did. This is my favorite overall, and then I absolutely hate this one. So this one's like lost its charm. I liked it more when I had first done it, and I was like, whoa, oil pastels are cool. I kind of like them. They're super fun. And then I guess like it's kind of lost its magic. I think the texture just doesn't appeal to me, like the feeling of using oil pastels. I'm like trying to hide this drawing I hate. I love this one. So this is just a little drawing of a satyr. This is a neck. eyeball. I was loving the idea of hyperwave Greek. Remember those kind of just casual videos that used to have like the pink, the blue, and the yellow? Or maybe it was like purple. And they were just like casual little line drawings that you would like watch vibe to music. I was thinking about that, but like as backgrounds for like classically drawn statues. Like just the like drawings that looked like marble on just a hyperwave background. The idea at least sounded really fun to me as a concept, right? Oh yeah, I was really just not in a good place when I was sketching this one. I ended up covering the page under it, but this was when there were some really intense protests happening on my university campus, my undergrad campus, and I was kind of just drawing a little bit of vent art to just kind of feel it out, but a lot of students got arrested during that. Some students got injured. No one passed, but it was still a very stressful time, and my campus was closed down. My teachers were being threatened of being fired if they supported the students, things like that. So this is just a drawing I did while stressing about that. I really like this pose. I do want to draw one of my OCs properly in it one of these days. I really like the anatomy too here. It's very, very cute. Some Duality of Man sketches, so I'm very into some Jekyll and Hyde themed drawings. I've been wanting to do fan art for a really long time, and I just find that I keep getting anxious about it. Hypnos from Hades 2, Unfold for Aphrodite from Hades 2, for my preliminary sketches of Chaos from Hades 2, and just some casual butt drawings. But, my actual Chaos drawing I did, I love them. They're so beautiful. This is like the peak of my art. One of my peaks. My other peak is a little bit further ahead, but, this coming up. But this, oh my, I love this drawing so much. I'm so stupid proud of this drawing. It's not even funny. Look at them. Just appreciate them. This is like one of the pinnacles of the sketchbook. Appreciated. Now we can look at the bad sketch I did of them. No, this is a body study. Oh wow, it's literally the next page. This is the other pinnacle of the sketchbook. So I did 2 more cute little drawings of Hypnos from Hades 2, and then this is my OC Eurydice. This is one of my least well-performing videos, so I don't know if you've seen her, so I'll talk a little bit more about her than some of the other sketches, but I very much wanted to add Medusa to my Gods in Modern Mundane Environment series, which isn't just gods, it's also just characters of Greek myth. I have Thanatos, Hypnos, Eris, and Loki, so those 4. And I wanted to do Medusa next, and I ended up thinking as I was working out this drawing that it was very much more befitting of how I envisioned Eurydice as a character. And so I ended up taking a turn partway through and drawing Eurydice instead. And I'm very, very in love with this drawing, and honestly, I really want to cut it out and hang it on my wall. I'm really thinking about removing it from the sketchbook so that it can be a proper part of my illustration collection, but she really does do an awful job of catching the light in the most unappealing way. But I'm super in love with this drawing, like, oh. Just some dorky hand sketches on the back. This cute self-portrait I did, I really like this one. Some sketches of Red references photos that I've saved, since I love Justine's work. I think they're absolutely excellent for getting art references. I wouldn't want to support anyone more, right? These are these 2 are sketches for my Disability in Art series, and then I was working on a character design for Nyx. I'm really not sure about it. I do like the celestial black hole void head thing I have going on, but I don't know about the rest of the body or if I want to move it down. I like this as a concept. I just don't know if Nyx is the correct character for it. But I am still very into the concept and all of that. Some little disability things I drew. And then, oh, my teacher really liked this for some reason. My MFA, I'm trying to remember. I think it was something about me not having inhibitions or concerns about having a perfect sketchbook. He liked that I was able to be relaxed about the type of stuff I put in here, and he thought that playing with Impressionism was a good step for me to explore the way that I creatively think or something of that nature. And it was a very freeing experience to just glue these on here and scribble and just did what felt right. And it's not ugly, oddly enough. Like, I felt really stupid creating it at the time, but I actually really like it as a sketchbook page, right? Drawing my OC Loki. I find that graphite just really catches the light funny. Like, that's awful. That's fine. And that's fine. But drawing my OC Loki. Just some gesture-ish pen sketches. I really liked the sketch when I made it, and I hate it now. Which sucks. But under it is just some, I followed a little tutorial on how to approach making anatomy and processing anatomy easier as a 3-step process, so I was trying it out. I was also trying it out on this page a little bit, and I ended up really not liking the gestures I did here. So I glued in the super cute drawing I did on the back of one of my color theory assignments that I did literally like 2 days ago. I had to print something out to show the difference between RGB as CMYK. And I had all this extra printer paper, so I drew her. She's super adorable. I really like her. Oh, yeah, my last video I did was on these flowers that I took pictures of from my yard. So poppies and purple calla lily and bearded dragons, bearded dragon flowers or whatever. And I did all of these pen flower sketches in preparation for this really fun 9x12 little painting series I want to do, which is self-portraits and then some famous singers that I'm really, really fond of. So I'm going to do Dallin Weeks and Will Wood for sure. They're on my roster. I'm not sure, it might take me months to get them done just because I'm very shy about painting. Portraits, especially 9x12, is a lot bigger than I'm working on. This is like 5.5 by 8.5, I'm very accustomed to working on a size that's accessible to me with my kind of hand pain and my mobility issues, so it might take me a really long time, but I want to do a self-portrait, Dallin Weeks and Will Wood, just as a classical painting style, but with poppies in the background and pictures of flowers that I've taken, painted, so that I'm incorporating all of my interest just kind of in one place. And that's where I'm being very encouraged to go by my MFA professors as well, just to see where I go with it, at least try it out and see if I like it. So then I did this full body sketch as like the general pose I want to do for one of the drawings. This is a super cute one. Thinking about doing this for an OC portrait. I'm hoping after I do these first 3 to move on to original characters. Then this was another pose idea I had. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I really struggle with these kind of tilted back, more up or under views of noses, so there's that. Then I played around with the concept a bit more in like head positions and the hands, and I produced some of these really dorky ones, right? So I covered it with this little doodle I did about how I hate my job because I'm teaching a student in summer school. And then this dorky little one that I did in the car while going to the eye doctor on Monday. I hate this one. I don't hate this one. I kind of like this sketch, but I don't know where I'll ever draw it. But I'm thinking about doing a few more illustrations in the near future about the kind of perversity and kind of sexualization of disabled people sometimes, because I've seen a lot of people being victimized by it recently again online. I tried to go back on the internet and I get more stuff that makes me upset and uncomfortable as per usual, but okay. Then this is actually an older-ish sketch that I ended up covering up with my Goodbye Sketchbook 10, where I went over my original goals from the start of the sketchbook. So these, and then I figured out which ones that I did do by going through. So I did draw my OCs, I did do more character designs, I did do more fan art, and less thumbnails than usual, and I didn't really do a lot of experimental ink work. So that's my checkbox. And then this is another drawing of my OC Loki, just playing with their character design. Since they're a shapeshifter, I really just kind of let myself draw them however I feel like in the moment, and then see if it fits their character. Then my drop cap for Jekyll and Hyde, not a gothic thrilling musical, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is a drawing I had to do for my iconology class about lichen reproductive structures. And then really quick, these are all of the gesture drawings that I have taped into the back of my sketchbook throughout having the sketchbook. So just kind of going through them super quickly. They're mostly faces, but the first few here are landscapes, environments. So this is a cityscape, building, waterway, palm trees. I really like the line of action website's list of options on things that you can practice drawing, and I think it takes a lot of the thinking out of practice for me. You know, I put it on a 1 to 2 minute timer most of the time, and more often than not, I am able to get a page or two of these out, and be it gesture drawings of people, faces, outfits, environments, like quite a few of these are, I feel like it forces me to sit down and get out of my head as an artist and just kind of 2-minute environments, you know. They're nice, right? Blink. Although I will say this colored binder paper that I'm always using does not perfectly fit in the SAR sketchbook, which is kind of annoying because I never cut them all the right way, and I try to cut them so I'm not cutting out too much of the actual gestures that I'm doing, which, I don't know, kind of annoying, but that's okay. And then they're all just taped in, you know, so. But I mostly tape these in here because I want to keep them with the sketchbook they belong with in terms of like the timeline of my artistic endeavors. I want these to be with this so that in the future, if I'm reflecting on my gesture drawings that I'm making in that distant future, and I'm looking at the gesture drawings I'm making in the past, I'm able to see if I've really evolved in my kind of my speed or my way of processing information. This is actually one of the first pages of my sketchbook I doodled on, and this is my Goodbye Sketchbook 10 letter to future me. So I try to do these or slip something in the pocket of my sketchbooks so that when I'm in the future and I'm going back at them, I can kind of get a grasp of what my mindset was at the time, how I felt leaving the sketchbook and stuff like that. This is where I activated all my paint pens, or if I didn't want to risk ruining all of the space here, I would come back here and do it, which did victimize the Redbubble cat, unfortunately, but it's okay. It'll live on. Oops. Then this is a little drawing I did while waiting for paint to dry. A sketch of the cat on June 1st when she had to go in for the vet. Little logo I had to draw and color in for color theory. A sticker of my work. More dry flowers. And Amanda Smurfy Hisoka sticker, dry plants, and dry plants. Then I don't have a whole lot in the pocket this time around. So I have my little YouTube thumbnail paper for my painting video. More practices of the logos, this thing. Little strips of that paper, binder paper, when I needed to make room or cut it out and put it somewhere. I doodled on the scraps. A few more sketches of when I was working out Loki's like kind of physique, how I wanted to approach broad versus thin shoulders, the more effeminate versus the masculine body types, all of that jazz. Then these were just some little printout drafts I had to do for typography to see if my posters were fitting on the page at least. Printer was super out of ink, but that was not the point of the project, so it's not really a big deal at the time. It still doesn't bother me. I would like to make prints of those poster designs I did though sometime. By make prints, I mean order copies of the stuff I put on Redbubble. And this is a lichen drawing that just didn't work out, honestly. Oof. Getting red to catch on light is super hard. You'll have to trust me that it's a lichen drawing that just isn't really up to par with my usual stuff. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's it. That's sketchbook number 10. Over and done. Wow. Okay. This is like so much of my channel right here. Whoa. Okay. Then really quickly, before I part with you guys and wail I bid to see you in the next video, I want to show you guys that I did agree ultimately with myself to do an entirely different sketchbook cover style for my new sketchbook. I wanted them to be very distinct from each other, and so I didn't kind of carry into this one with the mentality I have of this one or feel like I need to do the same thing. Also, I have a lot of stickers and I wanted to use them on something, so what better than the sketchbook cover? One of the saddest parts about having my painted cover is like watching it fade away with use. Despite it being like sealed, I just kind of rubbed it away with use, and I don't really want to have to be sad about losing another drawing. There's no way to make that light not bothersome. So this is the cover of Sketchbook 11, the back of it, and then the inside. More goals, little cutouts. This did carry over from Sketchbook 10, so did this. This is what I activate my white gel pens on. And this is just a scrap paper I keep around for some reason. But I have this cute Akuma Press sticker, this little clear sticky note covering my Sketchbook 11 welcome. My swatch page has started, and you might be able to tell this is already taking alcohol marker a lot better, so I'm super excited to see how it goes. Here's the back page. So the Redbubble cat is back. And then, one thing I thought was super cool and I'm really excited to play around with more is that you can tell that this is a lot more yellow of a paper than the Lichtrum 1917 sketchbook. This is a Talon's Artist Creations or Creative sketchbook, so I'm really excited to get to glue sketches done on white paper in here so that it stands out more. I think it's going to look super nice, and so that I'm really excited for. If you're a longtime viewer of my channel and you've been here for much of the past year or any chunk of the last year and you're familiar with the sketchbook, I am beyond appreciative for you guys sticking around through my channel, sticking around and experiencing my art, watching me grow, progress, improve, listening to me talk about my good, bad, negative, mediocre experiences with art. I'll start this one more time. So I really appreciate any and all of you who've been here for a while and you've sat through a lot of my videos, any amount of time at all, really. I appreciate you sitting through the end of this video and watching my experience and my art change from November of 2023 to June of 2024. You know, it's been like 8-9 months in the sketchbook, and it's over, and this is my new home for the next probably 8-9 months. I'm pretty sure, well, it is smaller this way, which is a little unfortunate. I really like this size, but we'll see. I do believe they're about the same original thickness. Hard to tell with how much stuff I stuck in here, if they are, but I think they were about the same size, so. Oh, hi, Jekyll. Wow, it's gonna be a really weird experience being in a new sketchbook. I'm really excited though. And so if you liked what you saw in this video and you choose to subscribe, I look forward to, in 8-9 months, seeing you again for another sketchbook tour, sketchbook number 11, if you wish to stick around that long. For people who have been here a while, I'm looking forward to starting this new sketchbook journey with you guys and seeing where this takes us. And then, I guess with that being said, I really appreciate everything that you guys have done to aid me in creating a channel where I'm able to engage with a community of like-minded individuals who love art or love to create art and very much like listening to me talk and my rambling and all of my nonsense. I really appreciate the people who can sit through videos like this where I'm in the car for half of it and I come home and the lighting's kind of bad and my cat stuffed their head on screen. I really appreciate you guys enjoying the chaotic nature of my channel and enjoying the way that I like to communicate and I like to talk about art and the type of things I like to talk about when talking about art. And then I guess ultimately, yeah, subscribe if you want to see more of me, my content, my art. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, comment your favorite sketch from this behemoth of a sketchbook. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, wherever you are. And with that being said, bye-bye.